Alright, welcome back. Time to start battling. Alright, this hand is really bad, so gonna redraw. This is a pretty bad redraw. Hope we draw like a 1 or 2 drop off the top. Otherwise this hand's gonna be really slow. And we didn't. At least we have a Vadius and 2 weapons to make him beat anything in combat. Just have to hope the opponent doesn't have a way to break through his Aegis and kill him. Because then we are in trouble. And it looks like we're probably up against Armory, which is really bad news for our turn 3 Vadius. But I mean, what can you do with comically bad draws like this?
Your time has passed.
We'll see. Nah, he has double removal. No relic weapon, but double removal. Let's hope our Pyroknight gets further. Yep, there's the second torch, as expected. And we have like double unit. So the question is, do I go double Pyroknight? I think I'm gonna go Scepter here. Allows him to vanquish, which is a bit annoying, but it also allows me to get at least 1 Warcry trigger next turn and go next turn Pyroknight plus Morningstar. He has a third torch, really? Wow. That's just incredible. Attack. And since it seems more like it is Rakano than Armory, I think I want to torch this because I don't really want this to be like suited up with a hammer or a blade next turn, rather than drop the Pyroknight. Okay, it's more of a mid-range attack, and this is like, what is this even? This is just a joke. I feel mocked by now by my draw and by what my opponent is doing. But yeah, that's just what sometimes happens. We bottom this a little too late for this guy. Maybe Pyroknight going ultimate can do some work here, we'll see. It's like a weird Rakano, aggro mid-range, whatever. Inspires main deck Furnace Mages. Really weird. But yeah, pretty good against our bad draw. Yep. I mean, at least our ultimate Pyroknight still beats the Outlaw once we draw the 6 power. And this is Permafrostable. Okay, now we have the 6 power, but it doesn't do enough anymore. And even the 7th power on Vadius doesn't do enough right now. So we need a Permafrost. Or like a Flame Blast or something. Like attack plus Flame Blast. That silence doesn't really matter anymore at this point. And this doesn't really help us either. So I guess we just keep passing. What a weird game. And there's the Hammer of Might that I was talking about. That's giving us fits now. How about we draw a torch? That's not helping. Well, it's helping a bit actually, because Vadius plus Rockslide can attack into the 9/9. That's a mild nuisance. Increasing his clock by probably like a turn. Alright, so can do here is relic weapon this, as long as we can. Wow, okay. That's a game. That was just an absurdly bad draw. An awful hand into a bad mulligan. But that happens sometimes. Alright. Next game. Another bad opener. Just a fine hand, not a great hand, but a fine hand. the seal, so we have influence for everything.
Defend the throne.
Don't think I'm gonna attack, since I kinda wanna block here. This is a better trade for me than for him. I think the 2 damage are not worth it, our hand is not that aggressive. By the way, another great target for Flail, if they run it. Like going 1-drop plus Flail here, for example, is really great. Alright. Probably getting finest out anyway. Nope. That's a nice surprise. Let's hope he doesn't have an answer for this guy though, because our hand is a bit awkward. That's annoying, but survivable. I think I'm going to Flame Blast here. All we can. Keep the cheap stuff for later. Permafrost's a bit dangerous against Rakano. Yeah, that's like the one thing that's an argument for like torching and leaving a torch up. But the point is that you probably top deck the sword, because I think otherwise you would have used it on turn 3. But yeah, the game is still going okay, as long as this guy doesn't get vanquished as well, which might happen. Like, what's it with these guys? Like, really? Freaking like Runehammer out of Rakano? When we are like getting these shitty unit light draws.
Draw, mister.
Yeah, I don't know what this guy is playing, who knows, maybe he's playing Throne Warden. I'll just get rid of it, especially since we have a torch for another weapon still. That's fine. Gonna Permafrost that. And a Vadius is a great draw.
Your time has passed.
Let's hope he doesn't have a plate, because then we are screwed. Killing his own Drake. That is pretty good for us, I think. Because I think the trigger, the Entomb's not that big of a deal. That means he either doesn't run plate or he opted for it despite plate. We'll see. And we have a torch plus a quick draw and eventually a Pyroknight ultimate probably. So this is looking quite well, quite good for like how meh it started. And threatening Pyro ultimate next turn. And we got him. Oh. But yeah, sometimes you can win like these slower, grindier games. First win of the day. Haven't played before the video. Alright. Last opponent for the first half of the games. This is finally a really nice hand that we can immediately keep, and that has everything we could wish for. Alright, I think I'm gonna go for Snowcrust Yeti here, since that's a potentially good Scepter target compared to Pyroknight. So I think, yeah, the 1-drop order is usually Oni, Yeti, Pyroknight. Get in. Yeah, this is looking great. Like, I don't have high expectations for our opponent to get out of this alive. It's fine. Left the Scepter on it. Just like I mentioned, the Aegis here is much better than the over one there. And now we have a Permafrost to make sure that
Look inward.
this doesn't bother us. No endurance, please. Okay, deadly, that's fine. That doesn't matter. It's pretty sweet actually. Get all these guys out. 2 more Warcry triggers and now the Warcry train is rolling nicely and the opponent is like way behind. Behind enough that he just scoops up. That's how it usually looks when you draw well. Opponent just kinda like explodes away. Because yeah, it's really hard to keep up with this deck if it draws normally. Like it's not even like needs to draw insane or anything, it just needs to curve out. Like if you curve out reasonably well, have a little bit of interaction, your opponent usually just dies, especially when you're on the play. Alright, stay tuned for the second half of the games coming up in a moment. Thanks for watching.